What's up, YouTube? Mike from Mass here, Mass Aquariums, and it's Thursday night, and I am excited to give you a little update on this 13.5 gallon Fluval Nuvo 12 Nano reef tank. Now, while this reef tank is coincidentally being set up for Rico's Nano Challenge 2018, I had already had this tank in the works. I had spoke to my rep Diana over at Fluval and asked for a tank, and she thought this was an awesome tank, and I agree. It is super sleek, beautiful rimless tank. It's got the overflow box on the left side. That's why I chose to do this little film from this angle, because it just looks so sweet from like a side angle where you can really see everything going on. You can see the overflow right over here. You can see the outtake, and I'll show you the whole box. This is going to be my initial review of this tank, as well as just showing you kind of the aquascape I'm going for here. The tank is absolutely gorgeous. Very sleek. Now that it's set up, it's filled with water. Initially, the return pump was a little loud. It's settled in. It's absolutely noiseless. I absolutely love everything about this tank so far. I love the rimless, I love the overflow box, I love the 3 chambers, I love where everything fits. I guess the only thing I really wasn't a huge fan of was the top, because it just, you don't get the shimmer with the water when there's just a black canopy completely over your tank. So for this setup, I have chosen to remove the Fluval lid that it came with and use my own light, which is suspended, and I believe that creates a much more prettier reef tank. The camera does not do this justice. Excuse me. I'm standing over this tank and it looks absolutely beautiful. I wish that I could tweak my light. Unfortunately, the light I am running is not dimmable. It's the same light I used on my 10-gallon reef, but so far so good. I'm loving this tank. I'm loving the design. I'm loving the filtration. I did add a high door Nano 240 gallon per hour circulation pump over here. Well, circ pump, you know, not a wave maker. It's not controllable. It just constant blows. But the only thing I might tweak a little is the right side of the scape. Now, I wanted to show you this view because I'm absolutely in love with these side angle views on this reef tank, but I am going to get right down straight for it. And so this is the scape so far. I'm loving the left side. The right side could be a little more work. I might like it a little bit lower. But the good part is there's lots of shelves and nooks and crannies for tons of corals. Now, one of my favorite parts that, actually I have 2 favorite parts of this, I'm really super excited about this new tank, is one, bare bottom. I am going no substrate in this reef tank because I'm going to be gluing GSP frags all over the bottom of this, and you're going to see an absolutely gorgeous GSP carpet. Now, for those of you who don't know what GSP is, let me show you. It is this beautiful coral right here. Now, imagine this all over the bottom of your reef tank. Now, while some folks might think that it's a little too close to a planted carpet, I think it would look absolutely awesome. So now you're going to see this whole front here, then up through this little alleyway, around here, and out back is going to all be covered with GSP. It's going to be an absolutely gorgeous carpet. I love the way this tower of rocks, now this is not one rock, this is about 5 or 6 rocks that I've chipped away with my chisel and my hammer and got just the way I wanted it. Now, this right side, not too sure. I do like the way this back shelf is here because I like to have, you know, there to be flow under all these rocks. There's no way there's going to be any dead spots. There's going to be flow under all these rocks. That being said, I'm not too sure about this right side, but, you know, we'll see. I am super excited about these rocks that are magnet to the back wall. I can move these. Let me see if I can hold the camera right there. See this? I can move these all around anywhere I want. Want to do this, want to do that, boom. So I can move these. What they are is a Zoom Ed mag clip that I have chipped off some basically rubble and clipped in there. I can pull them off, I can take them out, they're not glued, they're not permanent, I can move them anywhere I want. I can put frags on them, and the best thing about that is that you can move them to maximize your flow and light for that specific coral. So that's what I'm really loving. So I'm going to put these, you know, not all over the back, but really kind of just how I like them to look. And it's more of a depth perception. When you get in on this tank, like I said, the film might not show it, but when you're here, the depth of the tank is amazing. With the black cardboard background and poster board background, and the way these rocks are going to be magneted to the back and right side of the tank, it's going to create so much more depth. It's going to make a 13.5 gallon tank look like a 30.5 gallon tank, easy. So I'm really pleased with the way that's coming out. I haven't really seen that done. You know, you can get DIY backgrounds, or you can do it yourself background, or you can get, you know, a Universal Rocks background, but I haven't seen too many like artificial reef backgrounds that don't look like ridiculous. Like, this is pretty good DIY coral reef background as far as I'm concerned. I love it. Oh, here's my guy right here. Got my skunk cleaner, one of my favorite of all times. Now, I already have this guy hand. It's only been a week, and I have him trained to eat pellets right out of my hand, because I'm not gonna just throw a bunch of food in this tank. I don't have any fish, I don't have any cleanup crew. So what I do is I just take a little tweezer or my fingers, and I put a little pellet on it, and I just give it to him, and he goes nuts. Let's see if I can do that for you right here. Bear with me. Try to hold the camera. It's actually super cool. I used to do it with my fire shrimp in the old house, and it was absolutely awesome. So I'll get him. Here you go, buddy. Thank you. Adios. Super cool. I did it with him for about a week since I got him, and the good thing is they're super friendly anyway. But once you get them intimidated, like if you flick them or something by accident when you're cleaning, you know, they'll never go back. But the good thing is like, if they do like you, when you are cleaning, you know, they'll just go on your hand and walk all over your hand. It's super cool. One of the best things about saltwater shrimp is they're very personable and they get big. So let's go over filtration. Very simple. Filter floss in the right. In the left, I have polyfilter pad, ChemiPure blue, and media. That's it. And in that far left part is just the heater and the return pump. So basically you have 3 sections, and you can fill them with whatever you want to fill. Filter floss in this whole first chamber where all your flow is coming in. Right here. This is your overflow. All the water falls in. So all the debris will get trapped in this, and it's just super easy to change out when you do a water change. Pull that filter floss, rinse it or dump it, and put new filter floss in. I mean, it's basically the cheapest thing you could possibly buy, and it really polishes and gets that big debris out. Then once you get into the second chamber, right here, water goes down, and then it goes up, and it's going to go through all my media. I'm using BioHome media. Then it's going to go through my ChemiPure blue, and then my polyfilter pad. Next chamber is just the return pump and the heater, so the water is heated and returned into the tank, which comes out of these two. Now, another cool thing about this tank is these outtakes, completely movable. You can move them anywhere you want. Place them down, up. You can move the one on the right up, the one on the left down, and so forth and so on. I like these two pointed up to get some surface agitation, and I have this high door Nano 240 blowing right here. So basically it's coming right at the glass, which is going this way, right towards the overflow, and you have your 2 outtakes blowing towards the pump. So, you know, this is what you want. You want this thing. You want everything to flow, spin around, go into the filter, job done. And the outtakes are producing good surface agitation as well as making these lights shimmer really, really nice. Don't get to see this guy out too often. He's only been in here just about a week, but, you know, small, starting off small. This is what you want to do with a nano reef, especially with any reef that is. You don't just want to dump a bunch of fish and corals in and expect it's going to be awesome. Start off slow, build your cycle, add corals one at a time, you know, a frag here, a frag there. You know, really scape and make the tank what you want, and you'll be much more happier, and the tank will eventually settle in a lot better on itself. Now, this video is already going a little long, but I do want to say I am excited to see what kind of levels I'm running with bare bottom, as opposed to a giant substrate, you know, filled with, you know, all sorts of crap that leaches out, that is beneficial for your tank, but at the same time is not beneficial for your tank. But, you know, we'll see. So that's the update on the Fluval Evo 12 Nano Reef. I'll just give you a quick shot of the 40 real quick, which is just so beautiful, besides that stupid cyano that came about up in this bird's nest. And the bird's nest was just, it's just starting to get thick, you know, like it was taken off, and now the branches are like really starting to get thick. Look at this guy, still doing super good. This was the guy in my old 10. Had to find a place for him. He ended up here. He's doing pretty good, even with those other clowns. So, with it being winter and the boiler going off, as it usually does, even though I got a fire roaring upstairs, this is Mike from Mass. I'm out.